One of my initial concerns when thinking about teaching this course as an online course is that it leads itself very naturally into impersonality, um, which shouldn't be the case whenever you're dealing with a topic like religion, because religion is by very definition a very personal matter. So rather than come across as a talking head or just a voice that you hear on the computer, I want to kind of give you this moment to learn a little bit more about me. May or may not be a benefit to you, but anyway, here it goes. I've been teaching for Bainbridge College now for the last couple of years, strictly teaching this Introduction to Religion course. I received my a dual major in Bible and history from the Free Will Baptist Bible College in Nashville, Tennessee. They've since changed their name to Welch College, but they still are my alma mater. I transferred from Welch College to Lipscomb University, which is a Church of Christ school there in Nashville, and went there for a couple of years until I got my master's degree in religious studies and biblical studies. Um, I have been serving in a church since 2006. My wife and I came to Colquitt, where we're from. I actually took the church that she and I were both married in, New Home Free Will Baptist Church, just between Colquitt and Donaldsonville. And we stayed there for about 5.5 years before we felt the calling of the Lord to go and pastor a church in Marietta, just north of Atlanta. So we are here for the last 2 years now. Since August of 2011, I've been the pastor of Shallowford Free Will Baptist Church in Marietta. I'm a vocational preacher. That's what I do. The instruction that you're receiving at this point is secondary to who I am. I am first and foremost a pastor. Um, I take my religious obligation very seriously. I became a Christian in 1999 uh, in association with a friend of mine that I had in high school. I just felt some things about my life that needed to change, and I realized there was some emptiness that I wanted to see alleviated, and I gave myself to the Lord in January of 1999, and haven't regretted the choice since. Been trying to serve Him as best as I can, imperfectly, but I try to do all that I can to serve Him who gave His life for me. That being the case, I do want to just give you a caveat. I do consider myself a very spiritual person. I don't think that I have to be a zealot to be a Christian. I don't think that being a Christian implies that I shouldn't be tolerant of what other people say, what other people think. Doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that is always said. But I promise you, in this course, I'll never impress my belief system upon you, nor will I penalize you for disagreeing with me. You're entitled to your own opinion as much as I am, and the conclusions that we make about this are too important for us not to at least address and talk about. But they're also too important that I can't make that decision for you. You can't make that decision for me. This matter of religion is super important to me. It's everything about my life, and for that reason, I want you to get as much as you can out of this course, to learn what you can about the world religions, but also to reflect on them. I think one of the most important things that we have to do is to examine our belief system up against someone else's. Not that we should be ready to abandon anything that we believe, but we do definitely need to try to make sure we strengthen what we believe, or if there's something that needs to be abandoned, we certainly take that opportunity to do that. This is an important topic, so I want you to. I hope that somewhere along the line my passion for the topic comes through. I know that I'm not the greatest speaker. I'm not a great orator. Um, and with respects to that. But I hope that somewhere along the way you do appreciate the concern that I have for deep spiritual matters. I'm here to serve in any way that I can. If I can help you in any way through this course, outside of this course, whatever, I'm certainly available to you. But I want you to know that my desire for this class is for you to succeed. Again, this topic is super important to me, and I want it to be important to you. So that you learn is more important to me than anything else. I think your grade will fall in line with your ability, your willingness to learn, and your ability to retain those things that are important. But all this, people, quite frankly, study religions all their life, and here we are in a short span of time trying to learn everything that we can about all of these topics, and that's an extremely difficult thing for us to do. What I will promise you is that I will do my best to drag you across the finish line if you'll let me. Now, if you sabotage yourself and you just refuse to do those assignments that you've been given, there's not a whole lot I can do. I will bend over backwards to help you have a situation that's unexpected, an emergency, you let me know by phone or text or email or something, and I'll do my best to help you get caught up in anything. But I have to know that you're doing your part. I unfortunately have had to give grades of D's and F, and it bothers me because this is too important to see your way all the way through the end of the semester and not get anything out of it at the end of it. But I can't force you to do anything. You have to make the choices to do what is required of you. But I want you to do well, and I hope that you do. Just final words about me. I do think it's important to mention my family. I'm married to the love of my life, Jara. Her maiden name was Lane. She's also from the Colquitt area. Actually coached girls softball for a couple of years at Miller County High School. Uh, the love of my life, sweetest girl that she could possibly be, and she's given me one of the biggest blessings of my life, not only in our marriage, but our son. Lord willing, he will be 5 years old next month, June the 2nd. So I'm excited about that and the prospect of having kindergartner. Now, let me just tell you, time flies. I remember when he came into this world at 4 pounds 5 ounces, just a little tight, nearly 2 months premature, and we were worried about his life. And he, certainly feel like we've been blessed to have him and to see how well he's doing in spite of the initial circumstances. Don't take life for granted. At the end of the day, you're going to get a grade for this, but life is so much more than intellect. Life is so much more than our educational pursuits. And while I think they're extremely important, don't forget to stop and smell the roses along the way. If you're married, go hug your spouse. If you have children, give them a kiss on the head and just let them know how much you appreciate it. All of this is part and parcel to everything that we talk about today. That's kind of my heart. That's who I am, and I hope maybe this video has given you a little bit more insight. Again, if you have any questions for me, you certainly feel free to give me a call or give me an email. Looking forward to this semester. Thank you so much for being a part of it.